So this video is going to teach you how to master the intro of an insurance sales call. It's an in-depth training that I did with people on my school community, agents who want to learn from me. I have a community where I will teach them. And most importantly, I walk through the exact style and principle that I've learned when it comes to the intro. I've sold hundreds of thousands of dollars of final expense life insurance. My agency at Legacy Family Life has done over $8 million in sales, and it comes down to having a really good intro and making sure that people are not hang up on you in the first 30 seconds. And this video is going to teach you things like a pattern interrupt. It's going to teach you how to overcome the objections. It's going to teach you exactly the word tracks and the objection handling scripts that are going to allow you to overcome objections and sell more business as a life insurance agent. So if you watch this, you are going to learn how to master the first intro in the first 30 to 60 seconds so that you can make more money as a life insurance. Let's jump in.
We'll start together as the script. Okay, so you can see here it says, "Hey John, this is Peter." Okay, so this is how anytime someone picks up the phone, here's the frame. Okay, the frame and the tonality that you want to have, Martin, you actually did a good job here, is you want to have a tonality of familiarity. Okay, so you might ask, how do I need to sound? I want them to think that they should know you in the first 30 seconds, like it's a long lost best friend from high school. So let's say I have a John in here. If I'm doing this script, they're like, "Hello, who's this?" Hey John, it's Peter. So, "Hey John, it's Peter." Do you guys hear the inflection at the end there? It's me, Peter, and then you see where it says there's a little question mark. Then you're gonna pause. Because when you pause, they're thinking, "Who is this?" Okay? So let me try it again. "Hey John," so ring ring, hello, who's this? Hey John, this is Peter. Pause. "I'm just getting back to you in regards to the request that you sent in on, I don't know, Facebook. It shows here," curiosity, eyebrows come in, "that you listed your daughter as the beneficiary. Is that correct?" Okay, so we're gonna break this down together, guys, okay? So this is just, you have to have some type of familiarity. If you're calling leads and it's just a first name and a last name, you need to get a different lead vendor because you need to make sure that you have something of familiarity, where it's their first name, if it's their date of birth, or you need a beneficiary, or you need their state. You need something. So if your lead doesn't show that, you probably need to get a different lead source. You need to know where they filled out the information. If you're calling 6-month-old mailer leads that are random, it's probably gonna be tough for you. Okay, I have some people that I can't, let me just mute some people here. It's kind of a delay. Cool. If you have a question, please just raise your hand and mute. So first thing is familiarity, and someone wants to try this with me, please do it. It's, "Hey John, it's Peter." So if someone want to unmute, I don't want to call on names, but guys, we're here to help practice together. Someone pretend like they know me and just go through the intro. Try this with me. Please. Yeah, let's do it. Give it a go. "Hello, who's this?" Yeah, who's calling? Okay, Paul. So first thing we're gonna practice, and this is Jordan, I can't see you or hear you. Your name's Jordan, right? Cool. One thing, feedback, and this is just to help you, just stick to the script. So ring ring, hello, who's this? Hey Jordan, this is Peter. Try that. "Hello." There you go, like I should know you. Pause. "Okay, Jordan who?" Mm-hmm. That's a bit. Good, that was pretty strong. Okay, next part we're gonna go into the script. So we're just sticking right to the script. "Yeah, who's this?" I'm not gonna go, guys, off in La La Land and say, "Oh yeah, this is Peter Roberts at Legacy Family Life." No, I'm sticking always to the script. So I'm just getting back to you in regards to the request that if everyone has a highlighter, please highlight, we'll bold it together, okay? Let me go back here. We're gonna bold this letter U, okay? Because we're trying to confirm that you filled this out, okay? So we'll just break this down together, guys, in a sentence. So first thing is, "Hey John, this is Peter," familiarity tone with a pause. "I'm just getting back to you in regards to the request that you," so you're gonna stretch, elongate that word, "that you sent in on the On Facebook, it shows here, look at my eyes, I'm kind of concerned and confused too. It shows here that you listed your daughter as the benefit. Is that correct? And then at the end here, if you guys have to put on your script, you're gonna do curiosity, okay? So I'm gonna pause here, open the floor for some questions. Anybody have any questions so far about this intro? Cool. Who wants to try it with me really quick? Cool. Rochelle, give it a go. Or raise your eye. I see your hand raised. How can I help you? Let me move my script so I can see you. Let's do it. Rochelle, I'm like, hello, who's this? Yeah, you're the agent. Yeah, I'm like, hello, who's this? Okay, I know you. Yeah, good. Yeah. Yeah, that's right. That's my daughter. Pause. Great job. That was good. I love your tonality there. Do you guys hear how like I should know, Rochelle? That's what you want to do. That's piquing their interest. It's not, and your pacing, Rochelle, is good. You actually, the slower you are, the better in the intro. So guys, if you're rushing, people can't hear you and they're like, this is a normal salesperson. So you want to be slow and controlled. And your pauses, Rochelle, can actually help. Like, check this out. This is why your pauses are important. Pauses creates my ear to the phone. So Rochelle, it shows here you listed let me see, your daughter. Okay, where you're not just like waiting to hear, right? That's what you want them to do. That's why your speed is slow, so that they say to the phone. Okay, cool. Now we're gonna go to the next part of the script. Rochelle, that was awesome. Now the next part of the script is we wanna ask them, do they have coverage in place? This is important, guys. Now we're gonna talk about the value proposition of your call. So someone explain why we ask if they have coverage or they don't have coverage. Can someone answer that? Okay, so if they do have coverage, that would be basically allowing us to see if we're going to go in a different value proposition of replacing or changing coverage. Okay, right? What happens if they don't have coverage, guys? What's not going to change? Thanks so much for unmuting. I appreciate everyone unmuting, guys, because I truly want to just pour into every one of you guys. So why you're asking if they don't have coverage? Because it allows you to understand if they have like a true need. Because if someone doesn't have coverage, I understand they're not protected and there's a lot of value that I can bring to them. Okay, so I'm not going to dive too much into depth of like what happened, but I'm just going to ask them, you don't have coverage. Okay, gotcha. Because I'm trying to figure out what in the intro. I'll teach you guys this here in a second. It's the goal. So let's just go through it together. So Jordan, it shows here that great. Do you have any current life insurance in place? I'm waiting for your answer. What would you tell me? Okay, perfect. Then guys, we're gonna transition to the second part of the script, which is if no coverage, we're gonna go here. And if current coverage, we're gonna go here. Okay? So in this part of the script, I understand that Jordan doesn't have coverage. So with that being said, I'm gonna say, well, it shows if some of my leads have that they don't have coverage. If your leads don't show that, just change the wording here. Okay, so since you don't have coverage in place, Jordan, were you just looking to leave something behind for the family, or are you trying to cover your burial expenses? Okay, so two things here, guys. Your tonality is important. It's not, were you looking to leave something for the family, or are you trying to cover the burial expenses? Okay, so you see how my speed is flat and my tonality is flat? It's like this. Martin, were you looking to leave something behind for like the family or trying to cover your burial expenses? Do you guys hear that? It's disarming. So someone give that a try. So we'll just go through it together here. Someone unmute. I don't have any coverage in place. Hear that? That was good, right? The family, cool. I have Grover here, but I think it's not Grover. Give it a go. Cool, let's try that again, but let's slow. Were you looking to leave something behind for the family? Like really drag out that word family, or are you just trying to cover the burial expenses? Good job though. Good, good, better there. And then I want you to try to slow down all your words here. And it shows here, like bring it down guys, slow here. You do not have any coverage in place. Were you just looking to leave something for the family, or are you just trying to cover the burial expenses? Give that one more time. Mm-hmm. Good, good. Great job. And one thing that I don't want to be disrespectful. What's your first name, ma'am? Jill. Awesome, Jill. So if we're looking at our script, we want to emphasize specific words like do not. And since you do not have any covered place, were you looking to leave something behind for the family, or are you trying to cover your burial expenses? So good stuff. Anybody have any questions so far? Please unmute. Love to answer. Aaron, we good? Cool. All right, cool. Now we're going to go into the coverage, So when they tell you that they're trying to cover their burial expenses, I'm going to teach you another concept here, guys, which is called mirroring, okay? It's like you hear them, okay? So when they tell you, like for example, Jill, let's do it. I'll ask you, were you looking to leave something behind for the family, or are you trying to cover your burial expenses? Give me the answer. Okay, so this is the concept. Oh, I hear you. So a little bit of both. So you're trying to cover the burial expenses and leave some for the family. Is that correct? Okay, so I'm repeating back to them what their goal is. So if you're looking at my script, guys, and if they tell you, oh, I'm just trying to cover my burial expenses, and you just say, okay, and you move on, what's the problem with that? Yeah, or the client doesn't feel what? They don't feel heard. There you go. Great job, guys. Cool. So we have to, these are the basic concepts that we're just starting now. This is going to be a long process of training, but I want you to start getting these ingrained. It's going to be the mirroring. So, for example, if I'm like, Rochelle, I want to cover my funeral and I want to leave $24,000 to my daughter. How would you mirror that? Mm-hmm. Perfect. Now, yeah, Rochelle, is it okay if I give you some feedback? This is for everyone. So when it comes to mirroring, guys, write this down. This is like the small stuff that's so important that we're going to ingrain. When it comes to mirroring, we can only use the words that they give us, okay? So I want us to all think, or even comment in the chat here, what words stick out here? Okay, listen here. Well, the goal is when I pass away, I want to make sure my funeral's paid for and I leave my daughter $24,000, okay? So what words stick out for you guys? Yes. So Martin, if I just say, oh, okay, so you just want to cover your burial expenses, is that what she just told me? No, okay. So these small things, guys, it's just you get the information and you just repeat it back to them. Okay, cool. So this is the no coverage. So do you guys want to tie this all together? Now that we know how it works, you guys want to go through it really quick? Okay, so I'll do it with y'all and then we'll go back here. So let's just put it all together here and I want you guys to practice right after me. Okay, so Martin, I have you up here. So I'm gonna call you Martin. Just ring me. I'll ring you. Ring, Martin. Hey, Martin, it's Peter. I'm just getting back to you in regards to the request that you sent in on Facebook. It shows here you listed your daughter, Jamie, as the beneficiary. Is that correct? Okay, great. And before you hear, Martin, do you currently have any coverage, life insurance coverage in place today? Okay, you do. So we're gonna take a different route here. Okay, great. So it does show that you do have some coverage in place. Now for you, Martin, are you just looking to add on to what you currently have, or are you just trying to find something like a bit more affordable? Oh, okay, so you're just looking for something a bit more affordable. Mirroring. Okay, perfect. Well, to kind of see how I can best help you, who did they end up putting you with? Oh, great, you're with Aflac. That's so awesome. Good. And how much coverage did they end up putting you with? Wow, that's so awesome. $15,000 for $95. That's so great. And did they happen to put you on one of those 2-year waiting periods, Martin? Okay, awesome. But your goal is to find something more affordable. Okay, lovely. So Bart, you took me down a different training part. Now we're going to go into if you have coverage. Okay, so guys, this is going to be subjective to the carriers that you're right here. This is not to dig at anybody who's captive. This is not to dig at anybody who has a brokerage. When you're a broker, you have more opportunity to have more value. Okay, so when someone tells you they have coverage, I want you guys to write down like a few of the most important things when someone has coverage. Okay, when someone has coverage, you do not want to disagree with what they have, okay? It could be the worst policy in the whole world, right? Martin, you could have a $5,000 policy for $200, okay? You're never gonna disagree with them because they only know you for 60 seconds. And imagine if you start coming after me with like, dude, your policy's terrible. How are they gonna feel, right? They're gonna feel attacked, and their guard is gonna go what? It's gonna go up. And then their ears go like this. I don't care how, I don't trust this person, okay? So it's important when they have coverage, you always agree with them. So the step number one is agree. Oh my gosh, that's so awesome, Martin, you have a policy. Now, when someone has coverage, the second thing that we have to do, guys, is that we have to understand what is the value, okay? So when it comes to getting the value, we have to understand what about their current coverage. So someone give me one piece of information that we need to know about someone's current policy. Cool, great. So we're gonna always get, we'll break this down together. So put this down, we're always gonna get how much coverage they have, okay? 15,000, 20,000, 30,000, we need the number, right? Secondly, I think I heard Julius, you said the waiting period. We'll get to that in a second. So the first part is, you gotta get their coverage. You also gotta get the company name here, okay? Why is this so important, guys, the company name? Anybody? Uh-huh. Cool. So, yeah, right. I'll pause, Martin, pause for me really quick. I want to give you something that's important. So guys, write this on your paper. The company that your clients are with will indicate the type of coverage they have, okay? Because someone might tell you, I have a $10,000 policy for, you know, $100 a month, and it's with AIG. What is that gonna tell you? If anybody knows AIG. And this is gonna be an additional step to what we're gonna have to learn here, guys. It's because we want to also know our competitors' products, because yeah, we're gonna know, Dwayne, exactly if there's gonna be a waiting period. Okay, so Dwayne, now we're in a different angle of value. If I know someone has an AIG policy, now there's a lot of what on this call? There's a lot of value, right? So especially with good products. So how easy so this is important, guys. When I was first getting started, I sucked at selling life insurance. But no matter if you are the worst salesman, but you can find Miss Betty a policy with no 2-year waiting period, do you think she's gonna buy? Okay, and that comes from the coverage. And most of the time, our clients don't even know who they're with. Oh, I got a policy. No, it's not day one. It's not day one. Sorry, they're gonna say, oh no, I know it's day one coverage. Oh, I know it's day one coverage. And this is the problem with the industry. A lot of agents will do whatever it takes to sell your client a policy. But once you unpack it, okay, who do they end up putting you with? Oh, you're with American General. Did they ask you any medical questions? No, they didn't. Are you sure there's day one coverage? And then you can unpack that. Now you have a call that is just built with value, and you can say, hey, grab your policy. I know you're in a good position. So I'm going into a tangent, but we're going to talk about, we're always going to know how much coverage they have, who they're with, how much they're paying, and they have a 2-year waiting period. Okay? Everyone still with me here? Good? Okay, so that's just the basics of the intro. Now the last part of the intro before we can go into how we work is that we have to understand one of these 4 things. We have to understand what they're looking for. Are they looking, yeah, Julius. Yeah, everyone should have access. I'll add you to it right now. Yeah, thanks for letting me know. If anybody else doesn't have the script, please let me know as well. Is that Kevin? Okay, Aaron. Okay, I just added you here. Who's missing it? Julius? Julius. No worries. You have to request it. You have to go to the first welcome module on the school, hit welcome, and then there's gonna be the script, and then hit like grant access, and then it'll pop up and I'll add you to it. Please. Yeah, the sales calls should be available for you as long as you. So the minute that did you do your welcome? Did you say, hey, my name is, I don't see anybody's name. Okay, you should see access to the sales calls. Do you have them in there or no? Okay, who's that? I'll add you to it. What's your name, sir? So I can just add it to you. I'll send you. Okay, Hugo. Okay. Okay, gotcha. I'll have that added to you at the end of this call. Cool. Absolutely cool. So now we're going into the four things. So when it goes into how we work, guys, we have to understand what is the goal. Why are we even speaking? And there's typically four areas of value. A client wants to do what? So someone shout out, what's the first thing that they're looking to do? They're trying to cover. Okay, so we need them to admit, well, I'm looking because I want to cover my burial expenses. What's the second thing that they're going to do? Leave a gift. Third is save money, better policy, or extra. So we have two. Now I want to share with you guys how to bring value when it comes to yes coverage. Okay, this is a lot of information, but I want to also open the floor at the end about value. Okay, so does everyone have like some type of quoting software with their current company? Okay, for us, we use what's called insurance toolkits. And if you don't have insurance toolkits, feel free to check them out. It's a really, they do the job, but here's why it's important. So remember earlier, guys, we talked about what information we need. So let's say someone has coverage, okay? So Miss Betty, let's go back up to the script. Now, were you looking to add on to what you currently have, or are you trying to find something a bit more affordable, right? You guys see that in the extra coverage part? She says, I'm trying to find something more affordable, right? So help me understand this, guys. When they say they're trying to find something more affordable, we're gonna go into do like the policy review. What's the first thing that we're looking for when we're doing the policy review? What company are they with, right? Okay, what's the second thing we're looking for? Okay, price. Let's say Miss Betty this is what my toolkits would look like. Okay, gotcha. And how much are you paying? Let's say she says $54. Okay, what's another thing we're gonna look for? Yeah, she says 10,000, and the last one's gonna be probably, wait, she says no. Okay, so a client calls in, she's like, I'm looking for something more affordable, right? She has a $10,000 policy. Let's just role play this with me. $10,000 policy, and let's say she's older. She's 68, and it's let's say it's $45. Okay, she's calling in. She's looking for something more affordable. You put the information really quick here, and you get quote. Okay, then you see on your toolkits a problem. Can someone help me understand what the problem is? Okay, so what do we do now? So she just called in for something more affordable, and now we're seeing this. What do we do? Okay, we have two options here, guys. Let me know what option you think is better. So we realize that there's no value because we can't get them a cheaper price, right? We have two options. Our first option is to say, like, kind of convince them. Okay, yeah, well, Miss Beverly, I mean, you only have 10,000. You definitely need more, right? Okay, that's option one. Or option two is this. Well, Miss Betty, I mean, you already have that 10,000. I'm gonna be honest, you're in a really good position. Did you just happen to feel like you just didn't have like enough coverage in place? Okay, so what am I doing? I'm asking a question. I'm never gonna force something onto them, because if I force something on them, whose idea is that? Is that mine or theirs? And they don't want that. So the minute that you can't see value here, you have to then ask the question. Okay, Martin, so you have to ask the question. Do you feel like you just don't have enough coverage? And then if she says yes, the value has switched. Okay. Now I'm gonna backtrack on why this is so important, guys. Because if I don't ask them their policy information and I go through the whole sales call trying to get them something cheaper, and then imagine I wait 30 minutes and I give them the prices and it's all more expensive. What just happened? They're not gonna want it. You wasted a bunch of time. So now we have a different situation here. Cool, this is really good stuff. Let's say you ask her, do you feel like you just don't have enough? And she's like, oh no, I have enough. What do we do then? Yeah, right? So she tells you she doesn't have enough, right? So we can't find her something affordable, and we can't find her something like that's gonna be, she doesn't want extra, right? So now we're stuck with no value, right? So I just ask her, I'll just be like, okay, Miss Betty, so you truly feel like you have enough coverage? Yes, I do. Okay, well, Miss Betty, you're in a great plan. If anybody ever tells you to change your plan, you know, don't do it. Stay put. You have the best plan statewide. Have a blessed day. And then I send her on her way. Because we'll never convince someone, we'll never get someone to force them in. And if we do force them in, guess what's gonna happen? Chargeback. Okay, cool. I have a question that came in. So who dropped that question? Let's see. Someone have a question or raise their hand? Are we good? Yes. Yeah, it's like if someone already has a $30,000 policy and they're covering a cremation, what's the elephant in the room? Yeah, you already have enough to cover the burial. If someone tells you guys in the beginning, well, I want a cheaper policy, and they got the policy 10 years ago and it's whole life insurance, it's $50, and all you're seeing now it's like $100, what's the elephant in the room? They have a good policy, okay? So there's more that we're gonna learn in here, guys. The honesty is the best policy in the beginning. Like, you have to just be honest with people. People are gonna respect it, because you just say, Miss Betty, I'm gonna be really honest with you. A lot of people aren't gonna say this. They're gonna try to like measle their way through of adding a small $2,000 policy. Miss Betty, you already have a really good policy. It's $10,000. You can't get a better rate. You should definitely stay there. But I'm just curious, do you feel like you don't have enough coverage? And then what she'll say is either yes or no. If she says yes, then we're gonna go into our discovery with having extra, okay? And we're gonna intro way guys through the whole process. This is just the beginning. There's so many levels and layers and depth to this process that we're gonna have to go into the discovery, but this is just the intro. This is just the beginning. And this is how it starts at being great. So now we're gonna go through, okay, so we're going through a lot here, guys. Do you guys wanna start tackling some intro objections? How to go through that together? Okay, cool. So I want you to write this down. I love this too. And I'm gonna ask you who got an objection today. Objections are typically a result of your tonality, okay? And objections in the first 30 seconds are also typically a lie, okay? You might have heard this scenario before, but I tell my team every single day. People are lying to you in the first 30 seconds, okay? So we're gonna spend a lot of time here on objections. Who's gone to a store recently? Like my wife today, she went to Home Depot to get new air filters, right? My wife probably doesn't know anything about, love my wife. She probably doesn't know anything much about air filters. But she probably went to the store, an associate comes up to her and she says, hey, do you need help getting your air filters? Guess what she probably told them? No, but she probably has no idea where they're at, right? So this is the same thing with our prospects, right? They have an initial knee-jerk reaction that says, oh, I'm good. So the first objection is always a lie. Just take that with a grain of salt. They're always lying to you. But I want to teach you guys the framework to kill most objections, okay? So here's the, I guess, 3 to 4 step framework, okay? When it comes to objection handling, I want to pause here. Who got an objection today? What did they tell you? Intro. I lost you. 1 second. What was the intro? What was the, well, sorry, I didn't fill this out. Okay, perfect. So we're gonna teach you through the first step here. And what was your name? I can't see. I want to help you through it. Can you guys hear me? Okay, cool. Sorry, I just want to be respectful. Who was that said I didn't fill that out? Was that Hugo? Which, can I have a name? Dwayne, cool. Thanks, Dwayne. I can't see you guys. I just want to be respectful. I want to get to know you guys too. So Dwayne, cool. Thanks for that. So first step of objection handling is going to be agreeing with your prospect. Okay? So how would you agree with me? I didn't fill that out. Oh, heck no, I didn't fill that out. How would you agree with me? Dwayne? Cool, so you agree. It's not combative, such as, oh, what do you mean you didn't fill it out? I know you did. I'm seeing your birthdays here, right? So the first step is always agreeing, okay? You agree with them, then you acknowledge your objection, and then you ask the next question. So what would be the next question? Yeah, so after you agree with me, what's the next question that you could ask me? So agree, acknowledge, and then overcome, right? Remember, the first one's a lie. The first time they say, I didn't fill it out, they didn't fill it out. They say they didn't, but they had to, okay? If anybody knows a little bit of marketing, we can always have a different conversational marketing. We can go into that if that's valuable for you guys. They have to fill out something, so they had to, right? And then you're gonna overcome that with the information. Now, when I teach my team, when it comes to objection handling, we always wanna give them the most relevant information first. So help me understand this. Julius, let me get you the script. Julius, comment your email so I can send it to you. What piece of information would be most relevant and personal to me? My beneficiary. How about the scalp color, like a color, or how about my beneficiary's date of birth, or like my beneficiary's full name? Okay. We always want to lead with what is most personal to them. Because if you say, oh no, I know you filled it out, it shows here that you sent in this form, you want to always ask the question where like they know without a shadow of a doubt that you actually got them, that you have their information. Okay, so let me go into their information. So you acknowledge, agree, acknowledge, and then overcome, right? And then you have to loop them back, okay? Now, when you're objection handling, guys, write this down, is that you want to get 3 no's before you hang up, okay? Let the people hang up on you, okay? When you get hang-ups are more valuable than a callback, okay? If you are struggling with callbacks right now, just know that the people aren't gonna show up. The worst thing that you could do is you get someone on the phone, they say, call me back later, and you set an appointment. Who here struggles with that? Like, yeah, can you call me back? And then you get someone that just says they just set an appointment. Okay? Appointments, and they're not going to show up, especially our clients and finalists, they're not going to show up. So knowledge, overcome. Now we're going to push through. You're going to go into the information until they give you a hard stop. So Rochelle, until they're like, I told you I cannot talk. That's the tonality that you guys need to be hearing in your first 30 seconds. If you're not getting that, then you're not pushing further. You're not pushing further far enough, okay? So you really want them to be stern. I told you I can't talk, okay? Then I'm going to teach you guys, this is the most valuable way to overcome objection. Like, this is how I just taught my team this today, and their contact rates have been just skyrocketing. It's called the pump fake. Does anybody know what the pump fake is? Okay, cool. So this is so good, okay? You make them feel like it's going your way. So, Rochelle, we'll do it. Like, you set a fake appointment. I totally understand you're busy right now. I can call you later. What time works later? Okay? They're gonna give you a time, okay? So write this down. They're gonna give you a time. Let's say you say 3 o'clock, okay? So Rochelle, we'll get you down to my calendar at 3 o'clock tomorrow at 3 o'clock, okay? And here's the word track. Just so I'm prepared for our appointment today at 3 o'clock, tomorrow at 3 o'clock, were you just looking to leave something behind for the family, or are you trying to cover your burial expenses? And I go right back into the script. And then when they tell me my burial expenses, or they tell me what they're looking for, I just forget everything they told me and I just push through like I never heard them. Jordan, I totally understand you're busy right now. Let's go ahead and set up a time later today. What time works, or tomorrow? What time tomorrow works best for you? Okay, I'm gonna agree with you. Oh, sweet, absolutely. Let's do 5 o'clock. 5 o'clock tomorrow, Jordan. Now here it is. Now, Jordan, just so I can be prepared for our time tomorrow at 5 o'clock, I asked the question, what is the goal? Are you looking to leave something behind for the family, or are you trying to cover the burial expenses? Okay, just cover the burial expenses. I hear you. Mirror it back. Now, how we work kind of, Jordan, and I go right into it. And I just forgot everything you told me. Okay? So we'll take a second here. Does anybody have any questions like that? Who struggles with objections and what do you struggle with? Let's kind of open up the floor a little bit so I can give you guys some direct coaching. So you're gonna say, hello, who's this? So ring ring, give me it. Hey Julius, it's Peter. Okay, so we're gonna pause there. Do you guys see my smile? Right? I'm gonna smile, Julius, and then I'm gonna act like I know you. Hey Julius, it's Peter. Then I'm gonna pause. And you're probably thinking, what? It's Peter. You're probably like, who the hell is this? Does this guy know me? Yeah, Peter who? I'm just getting back to you in regards to the request that you sent in, and then I go into it. So you have to smile. You have to act like you know them, that familiarity. And then you have to, you're just trying to disarm them. Okay, if anybody, I always talk about this. This is the example I give to my team, and I want you guys to remember this. Like, take notes on your script. You want to be like the front desk person at the hotel that you're trying to like get a reservation for. If you like, so when those people answer in the hospitality business, they're so warm, they're so kind, and they're so gentle that you kind of like you want to go to that place because they're just so nice. And you have to have that same, I guess, persona in the beginning. It's like hat in hand. You want to be very meek and very soft with a smile. Okay? Do you want to try it, Julius, really quick? Okay, cool. Great job. This is good stuff. Who else has some questions when it comes to intro objection? Cool. Give it a go. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah, most of my clients typically are on fixed incomes and Social Security. Is that you? Okay, absolutely. And most people say they don't have the money today. Doesn't mean we have to start a policy, but also we can see what options. I guess, what is the goal? Why did you first fill this out? What were you kind of looking for? Okay. Sure. Most people, when I speak to them, say that they can't afford it because they haven't seen the price yet. I guess what is the goal? Again, we don't have to pay for anything today. What were you looking to do? Were you just trying to cover like the funeral? Or are you just trying to cover the burial expenses? What were you looking? Oh, for you and yourself? What's like mainly just leave the burial expenses, or just are you trying to? Oh, I see. So your goal is you want to make sure that you have the burial expenses taken care of. Okay. Okay. Yeah, well, I'd have to see what options are available for you. This is a good point too. I have to see what options are available for you to see how I can best help you. What we do is that we specifically help seniors on a fixed income find the most affordable. I'll just go through that to see how I can help you. Are you a smoker? And I'm pushing through. Okay. So, because check this out. I want us all to remember this. Does this person $20 or $200 in their bank account? Do they have a problem? Okay. And if I don't push through, if I'm just like, oh, they don't have the money, then their family, their kids are at the expense of my inexperience and my ability to just try to just fight for them. So we want to just fight for these people, because if not, they're never going to do it. Okay, so that was a really good point. And this is important. These people are on fixed incomes, so we have to speak their language when it comes to money. I totally understand. Most of my clients are on fixed incomes. Now, this segment